Coakley grasps the situation, a sudden urge of strength flows through her grievously wounded body. With a swift swing of floral sword, she repels the elite Hush forces before her and breaks through the line, never once looking back. She is not driven by revenge. No one could stand in the way of the garden's mentor. Rahu watches as Coakley departs, shaking off the grime from her shield. With mania now quelled, Rahu turns and heads towards Christina.
She heard, and she left. She's not the kind of woman who can be held back. Let her go, Chris. Paradisos needs Shalom. Entrust her to me. Everything will be fine.
What does that even mean?
Even if you feel powerless to change anything right now, you're not alone. There's still a long road ahead.
So Rahu is not as mind controlled as I thought. The guard in black extends her hand to take Shalom's limp body. Christina holds onto her tightly until the very last moment. Under the watchful eye of the new Shoal, encircled by the stoic Hush squad, Christina has never loathed her own intuition more. Her detective instincts tell her that Shalom won't be coming back. Some things must be said now.
Up to this point, I still can't tell if you've been truthful or deceptive. Nor can I come to terms with what you've done to me. Yet, I still have feelings for you. Still don't want to leave. Could this too be a manipulated emotion? Can something controlled feel so genuine? If I could return to that day and speak to my past self, I'd still convince her to trust you. To believe in the justice you spoke of. Even if it were a lie, you returned that belief to me when I needed it most, allowing me to get where I am now. I really, really like you, Shalom. Hush, Shalom. I know I can't catch you, nor do I have the power to stop your evil acts. But I will relentlessly pursue you, scrutinize your every action, and expose your hidden schemes. One day, I'll unveil the truth you've been covering up.
This is honestly so incredibly odd. So incredibly odd.
I'm not yet strong enough to mete out justice, but someday, someone will be.
I will bring you back? What is that supposed to mean? Is she thinking of it like Hush, the emotional Shalom? What is even this event? Like, this is beyond me. I don't have the brain capacity for this. Shalom has lost her sense of hearing. Her body, weak and frail, can no longer sustain her. A glowing blue triangle plunges her consciousness into an abyss, pulling her away from Christina, leaving even the chill of her body behind. In the end, what lingers is her enigmatic, forever inscrutable smile. The West District Black Ring defense line is now fully operational. That's where they set up the defense line, in a factory?
The August War is over. FAC has successfully built the BR-002 anti-mania barrier, thereby halting its corruptive spread. We will not forsake the West District. We shouldn't. As long as we purge the existing corruption within the city, there will come a day when order is restored in the West District, and both sides of the rust will be reconciled. Until that day arrives, FAC will hold the line against mania. This is the shared hope of all heroes who have fallen in this mission. May our city-state be free from suffering. May our fellow citizens be forever safe.
Blue rain falls, enveloping the cemetery in silence. Kokali crushes towards the direction she remembers. Her body somewhat recovers, uncertain if it's an after effect of having been controlled. Her mind faintly echoes Shalom's words.
Set him free, Kokali.
A knowing hush, still holding something back. Even now, Kokali forcefully shakes her head, banishing the noise from her thoughts. There are more pressing matters, things she truly cares about, as she desperately heads towards the hazy location imprinted in her memory.
NF-103. The 79. It's at the 5th cemetery.
He stumbles in clumsily, heading for the hero monument to search for the name Christina pointed out, in hopes of finding the clue that they had talked about. No need to search any further. A figure suddenly lunges forward to embrace Coca Lake, spilling the evidence, map, intelligence paper she was holding onto the ground. She burst into unrestrained tears. Those are the records of Paradiso's approved assignments that the garden assassin marked by X may have taken on.
You don't have to do this. I know where they are. I'll go find them. I swear. Really? You found them. Why are you crying? Trying so hard. You're such a fool.
The Hush system is compromised. The rules have been shattered. Mania has extensively breached our second observatorium. The area is now impenetrable and beyond repair, demanding urgent containment measures. We have lost all monitoring of the BR-002 field. Based on the final records from Shoal, the enemy S-Class Center obliterated our on-site Hush forces. She sabotaged Shoal before it could neutralize X, damaging X's physical form as a result and making a forced entry into her mental realm. With just a month left in her service period, X was set to be safely decommissioned and destroyed, and a replacement was already lined up. She was intended to be the most impeccable Hush, but she was sabotaged by the enemy in the 11th hour, compromising even the entire observatorium. It's the underground. In July, they discovered the Hush system and recognized its significance. They immediately dispatched assassins to sabotage our operations. The attacker was none other than the notorious Mentor from the garden, who alone has the power to defeat Shoal, dismantle X, and infiltrate the observatorium. I'm familiar with the Mentor from the garden. She is powerful, but not to this extent. X couldn't have possibly interacted with the Rift herself. In theory, even those S-Class sinners can breach the rules, sealing off X, much less rupture the Rift in the observatorium, unless the Mentor experienced some kind of trigger, including inducing a mania outbreak. Pull up all the data on X since her activation, every record for each piece of Shoal, and any data synchronized while she was monitoring, then run a comprehensive analysis. Analysis complete. For the past 9 years, X has excelled in every assignment, with all deviations staying within safe limits. Her crisis responses have been spot on, and every optimized plan has proven to be sound and justifiable. Upon further validation, there's been no signs of self-awareness, and no level 5 or higher alerts have ever been triggered by Shoal during its operation. She is more than reliable. Losing her would be a major setback. This definitely works in favor of the underground. They managed to turn the tables. But indeed, there's an inconsistency that hard to justify. X has twice used her mark ability on same low-tier sinner, yet hasn't fully assimilated her. The first instance could be chalked up to X's initial field test, where she observed the development of a young sinner. The second use of the mark ability, however, lacks any logical reasoning. The marked individual doesn't warrant such attention from X, be it skill, qualification, potential, obedience. It simply defies rational justification. Are you implying that the mark ability we developed has inadvertently contaminated the Hush, leading her to manifest an unneeded emotional crack? The odds are low, but we can't entirely dismiss the possibility. The mark technology is, after all, a mere mimicry of the underground shackles, an object tainted with manic entity forcibly integrated into X. We can't overlook the chance that this coerced mania resonance might negatively impact the Hush. Oh, this is interesting. So Shackles was actually created by the underground. There's a possibility then the MBCC chief, the original one who was not brainwashed 3 times, was actually from the underground. Huh. That's something. And the mark was like a copycat ability that the Paradisos made.